Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Okay, let's go ahead and start making a book. I want to start producing books again, and so we're going to use OpenOffice so everybody can do this. We're going to start with the text document. As you can see, I was previously in here and it opened up the styles and formatting. Let's go ahead and this is how it should open up. Another way it would open up too is be shifted off like this. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and do that again and say here we go, and there he is. Okay, that's how it should start up. So we are going to want to have mirrored pages. So down in this lower right hand corner, mirrored pages. We're going to work first with the default page, and right next to that area is the button that's the same as F11, or I can just push F11 and it pops open. So styles and formatting. And we don't want paragraphs, we want to move over to page styles, and we're going to do it to the default. So there it is, and we're going to modify. I right click to open this little window, modify. So we're going to modify this to our book size, so 6 by 9. And we can see it says left and right. We want to have inner and outer. So in order to get inner and outer, we have to mirror the pages. So the inner part of the book, we want it like a 1/4 inch bigger than the rest of the edges. So everything else is going to be a 1/2 inch, and the inside is going to be 3/4 of an inch. So there we go with that. And that's how we're going to start this. And that's done. Now we need to make our first style page. We're going to go ahead and use the default we just did. And we're going to select that, and now what we do is we give it a common name. So I'm going to go with a book and keep everything organized. The next part is going to be like sections, so I'm going to go section or S1, and then in that portion of it, what is this? This is going to be title, so we'll put title in there. Now I could have left and right pages, but I'm not going to have any book numbers. I'm not going to have any footers or anything that's going to do it. So that's fine. That's going to be what's going to be in there. And let's go ahead and look at it. So it looks like that, and which is fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what happens if I start running this down. And you can see that it created another title page. So title page went to title page. If you look down here at the bottom, we can actually see that it didn't go to title page, and so we're not showing the title page. So let's go ahead and go back to this first page, and we're on there. And now that I double clicked on this, it actually selected this. So now if we look down here, it does say that it is the title page. So run down, and we can see that our other pages are exactly the same thing. So let's go ahead and delete those by just getting rid of all the carriage returns I put in there. And here we are on the first one. Alright, so after the title page, we're just going to copy this first, but after the title page is going to be our table of contents. We're going to call that style 2 or section 2, and it's going to be contents. And in our contents, we're not going to have any distinction between left or right pages, so that's going to be fine. Now if we wanted to put, like, on one side it says table of contents, on the other side it has the book name or something, we could do that, but I'll just leave table of contents continuous. We'll have to come back to this and change the next thing, but let's go ahead and make a new one off of this. And what we're going to make is section 3, and this is where we start our chapters. So we can do chapter 1, the first page, and if it's on the left side, we call it left. And so this one here, let's modify this to have a footer. So we need a footer on our first page. And just regular numbering is fine. Everything's that one looks good. So let's say OK. And let's go ahead and we're going to copy that. And it's going to be the right page. So it's just a straight copy, right and left. That's good. So let's go ahead and do this again. And we're going to make the left page. Right now we haven't separated these, so it doesn't really matter which one I click on. I'm just trying to be consistent. Okay, so we have title, table of contents, left and right. And so our next section, section 4, is going to be chapter 2. We could actually get rid of the section part of the name, but then that would put it at the top. So we'll just go ahead and just leave that for now. That's fine. Alright, so these have to point to each other. So we modify this and we point the left one to the right page. We point this one to the left page. We point this one to the right page. We point this one to the left page. I have to go up. So this is the title page. Let's go ahead and put title up here so we know what we have, and we can verify that it's correct down here in this area down here. And we'll just go ahead and put a page break in there, and we're going to page break to table of contents. And so if we look down here, it says table of contents, so that's good. If we page break that right here, manual break, we want to go, in this case we'd want to go to the right page. So the first right, which would be this one, and it says first right. So we can see that we didn't set up any headers or footers on all these. So let's go ahead and fix this one. So it says first right, and that's going to be only a footer. So let's put a footer in there. That's good. And we'll page break to the left page. I need the page break. Okay. And that one's missing the footer. It's also missing a header. So let's put a footer and a header. So now we have footer and header. This page over here was left. So let's go ahead and page break to right. Page break to right. And modify that. This is the header and a footer. Okay. And then, so this is the right page. So we want to take a look at the first left. So let's go ahead and do another manual break. And we're going to look at first left. Alright, so that one has a footer. We'll put down first left. Okay. Now let's get some page numbering in these so that we can see what's going on. The table of contents, we see that we're missing the footer. So let's go ahead and get the footer in there. I need to right click on it. There we go. Right click, footer. Yeah, I knew what I wanted to do. Oops, I should have stayed there. Let me go back in again. We want to have this in Roman numerals. We'll use the small characters for the text and the footer. And let's go ahead and insert a page number field and a page number. So we can see here that it says 2. We have one page ahead of it. Normally there's going to be up here, before we even get to this, there's going to be like 4 title pages. So let's just go ahead and put in enough carriage returns to create 4 title pages. So we can see that we have title, 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 and then here's our table of contents. And so it's showing page 5. So let's do a double click on that, and we want to offset this by 4 pages. So I'm just going to go -4 and enter that, and now it's showing it just a single I. Let's go ahead and center that. So now our table of contents has an I in there and it's centered. In our table of contents, make sure we stay above our manual break. Our manual break is right there. We want to stay above it. Just push it down. So when we push it down, and it gets down there, it creates a new page, and that page is 2. So this is all table of contents. The second page, this is still our first write. Let's just say that we made a mistake, and so we had 3 pages of table of contents. So go down and push that off the page. And so now we're on the next page. And so this side is the wrong page, this is the wrong page, and so these are all the wrong pages. So it's one of the things you have to make sure is that you have the right content as you lay out the book. That's going to be based on what you wrote. So a lot of times you could just go ahead and write the book, and then this part will be the later part of it. But I want to show the book actually being built, and so I'm going to use these sections to display it. So let's just say that this is the case. This is our first, it says first right, but that needs to be first left. So what we'd do is we'd actually be on this page, and then it'd be first left. And so now you can see it actually changed, excuse me, changed it down here. We can see that it says first left. So that's actually changed. But now this over here should be corrected automatically, but you can see that it doesn't. It says left and then left. So let's go ahead and look in our first left page. I did that again. Right click on this, modify, and then in organizing we need to see where it points to, and it should be correct. It's pointing to the right page. I think we did a page break. That's what we did. So let's go ahead and take this page break out. We don't need a page break there. Let's go ahead and take all the page breaks out, and let's just push the page with the carriage return. And we do that, we go over here and we see that this page now says right. So it's actually correct. So we just need to change the first page, and it will restructure it. So now let's go ahead and fix our headers and footers. This is interesting. Oh, I was just curious why it was showing me this character. It's because I turned them on. Up here at the top of the page, right here, I can turn them off. Okay, so let's go ahead and type something in here and then highlight it. So now that it's highlighted, I can double click on it. So small. It's not working. Okay. Let's go ahead and highlight everything that's in there, and then we're going to go to columns. So let's insert columns, and it says selected over here. So apply to selected. If it says apply to the page thing, you don't want that. You want to be able to apply it, and then look for the one where the small portion is going to be towards the outside, and change that to a 1/2 inch. And then we put that there, and you see that it pushed it down. It's kind of a quirk of the thing. I'm just going to hit the space key, the enter key. So I hit the enter key, and it put our column in there, so it fixed it. So in this first one, we want to go up and we want to put in our page number. And now it says 8. Now this is supposed to be our first page to our chapter. So we'll double click on that, and we're going to make our offset -7. And now it's 1. So this is going to show chapter 1 starts at page 1. And then on this other area over here, let's go to the center of that. So I'm putting centered text in here. And anything on the left side, we can put like a website in there. We're going to put the website name in there. And if I hit a space, it's going to make this a hypertext. We can go in here and we can remove hypertext. We can remove the link, and then it's gone. So that's just regular text. Now we can add in more spaces afterwards to eyeball it to center, and that'll always stay just like that. So now let's go back to this, and we're going to insert some more carriage returns, and now we need to fix this page. So this is we can click on it and see that sorry about that, it says it's the right page. So let's look at which it's already highlighted. Do I need to modify this? I don't believe so. Let's just go ahead and let's just copy that 1. So Control C. I'm just going to paste it in the footer, and it already put a 2 in there. Let's highlight it again and then double click it, and that shows that's all correct. That's not what I wanted to do. So I want to highlight it, and then I want to format it to columns, and we're going to do it on the other side because this is in the wrong place. So we want the small to the outside and 0.5. Say OK, and then it does that little thing. So I just hit this carriage return. It puts it where it belongs, and our cursor is where we want it. So let's go ahead and paste that number in again. So there's the 2. Now the other one's towards the outside. This one's facing towards the inside. So if we put our text to align right, it'll push the number to the outside, which is good. Then we can come over to this part of the footer, and we can give it like the name of the story, or name of the chapter. Name of chapter. And that's not how you spell it. Okay. And of course this text, we're going to go ahead and put it to the center, and if we want to move it a little bit to the right, we just put some spaces in there. Looks about right. So that's good. Then at the top, we want yeah, I think I did that backwards. This is the name of the story. That's what I want down here. Name of the story. And up here, we want the name of the chapter. There we go. So the name of the chapter is up here. The name of the story is down here. The web page is over there. And then the chapter number will be on this one, the header on the next page. So let's just move on, put some spaces in here, and this will be chapter 1. There we go. We'll go ahead and center that. Okay, so that's good. And we need to do this one as well to get it corrected. So I'm just going to go up and copy that 2 and put it down here. And it comes up as a 3. We want this to be the other side. So I put the justify left. We want to highlight it. It's highlighted there. And so we want to do columns. We want the columns to be towards the outside. 0.5. Insert. It does that crazy thing. Hit the return key. Looks like we lost our stuff. It should still be in my buffer, so I hit Control V and it came back, but it needs, like, we gotta hit the alignment left again. And then this one should be the same as the website because it's on the left side. So www.name.com and center that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about that, or 10, I don't know, something like that. It shows that it's a link. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to remove the hyperlink. Okay, so that's done. So now go back up here and see what happens when it creates another page. So you're just typing along and poof, another page. So everything is now correct. So this will keep going left and right, and just keep going into the end until you actually put in a force page to page break to go to chapter 2. So table of contents. Now I can put, let's go ahead and do this. So let's change the table of contents, modify that, and we're going to put the header in. So we'll go ahead and put the header in. Now, what we need in this table of contents is, oh, we're in the wrong one. It moved us down. Where are we at? Table of contents. Okay. Wow, it shifted us all the way down there. So what we need to put in here is like the word table of contents. So table of contents. Okay. And we'll go ahead and center that. And you can see it populated on both sides because we didn't create a left and right page. So we can actually do that, and so that looks good. So we have 3 pages of table of contents. We have 4 pages of title pages. So this one will be like down here someplace. So it'll be title. It's going to be like really big text. So let's go and make this like 36. And then this line, of course, will be centered. So it's like that. Get rid of this one. That looks good. And so let's go ahead and copy this. And that's going to be somewhere down here. So we have the first title, and then we'll have the title. And then, of course, this is going to be centered, and it's going to go by me, whoever. And there we go. So this book was written by me. And then, like on this one over here, we can have copyright, and I believe it's an Alt 0196. Nope, that's not it. Alt Alt 0194. No, that's not it. I'll find it out. But anyways, it's going to be the copyright, and then we're going to have our year in there, and it's going to be by, and then it's me. Okay, so that could be down on the bottom of the page. And then I'll go into that. And that should pretty much get anybody going there. Yeah, the tricky part seems to be putting the columns into the footer and then actually knowing to hit the return key to get it to straighten itself up. I guess that's a problem, but that's how I fixed it. And this should be enough, and then of course I can just go ahead and save this as a PDF, and everything will be like ready to print. So I hope you got something out of this video, and come back and see some more. And I need to do some preparations in order to get everything going the way I need it to. So hope you enjoyed this, and you guys have a great day.